Good evening, Namaskar, and welcome. My name is Peter Abraham, and I'm delighted to once again welcome all our viewers to this live stream of the India Online Poker Championship. We are in the 11th edition of this madness, of this crazy, magnificent series that has been taking place over the last several years now. And it's going to be an even bigger kind of a scene that we're going to be a part of this time around as well. There's a theme to this IOPC and it's Mission Khazana. Or क्यों नहीं खजाना? क्योंकि 30 crores in guaranteed prizes are up for grabs for players who are going to be taking part in this particular tournament series. And it's not just the prize money. There's a whole lot more that they're going to be playing for. For instance, there's a 1 crore guaranteed leaderboard prize that's also a part of the festivities. And as is the case with the IOPC, you've also got a diamond-studded 18-karat gold crown that is going to go the way of that particular winner. There's also gold and silver medals that are going for the winners of individual tournaments. And there's also something called the money bubble insurance for all the prime tourneys, where you will get a ticket for the upcoming Sunday Prime. And to top it all, the winners of the IOPC Crown, the Super High Roller, the High Roller, IOPC Legends Tournament, the IOPC All-Rounder SNG, the IOPC United, PLO High Roller, and of course the IOPC Leaderboard, all of the winners of these marquee events, so to speak, will then battle it out. And we will see who emerges as the mastermind, the champion of champions. And that winner will also grab an emblem of excellence. Now, let's get into today's tournament, which is, of course, very aptly named the Blaze of Glory. The IOPC Blaze of Glory, the fourth tournament in the schedule. It's got a guaranteed prize pool of 1 crore. And the buy-in of this tournament was 7,700 rupees. 1,500 entries is the total number that we've got, which means we've gone past that 1 crore guaranteed mark. 1 crore and 5 lakhs is the final prize pool that is going to be paid out. Up top, we've got the winner of this tournament that will take home 18.48 lakh rupees, which is a sweet, sweet first place prize. And of course, as you go down the entire order of prize money, second place, a little over 10.5 lakhs, third place, 7.42 lakhs. And everyone else on this final table down to the 8th place, guaranteed a min payday of 1.77 lakh rupees. And it's not, fun unless we have people joining us to take part in that fun. And I've got two really cool people who are going to be joining us in commentary today. And of course, for the rest of the series, let me introduce our first co-commentator. He is a well-regarded poker pro, frequently referred to as a Sunday tournament veteran. I'm talking about Gunjan Mal, one of the strong pillars of the Indian online poker circuit. And apart from playing poker, he's also a successful entrepreneur. Previously, he has shipped several prestigious tournaments like the Big Game, the Nano High Roller, the Monster Turbo, the Excalibur, the Weekly High Roller, and many, many more. Besides that, he's also one of the star players of the India Poker Championship's Final Table Series 2.0, where he came third in the FTS 2.0 Big Game. That was back in March 2021. It feels like a long time has passed since then, but it's not. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Please put your hands together and welcome Gunjan Mal to the stream. Gunjan, welcome. It's great to have you here.
Hi, Peter. Thank you so much. It's great to be here.
So
Hello,
Gunjan,
everyone.
Gunjan, just a quick question before we introduce our second co-commentator. You obviously know several of the names at this final table. We'll talk about them very, very shortly. And I basically wanted to ask you, how has, the last 3 or 4 months been with you? Have you grinded even more at the virtual felts in this time?
So last 3-4 months has been, in fact, the last 8 months has been a really interesting part of my journey. I became a father last November. So my time is it's just become play time with my son. And whatever time is left, I grind and I do my work and everything. So not too much of a grind, but I have been playing some.
Wonderful. Well, these are responsibilities that we all have to take up at some point. Real life intervenes occasionally with our games of poker, but hey, that's just the way life is. But wonderful. Congratulations from all of us on the birth of the child. And let's go on to someone who, well, she's young enough that she would be called a child by a lot of elderly folks, myself included. But she is also, without doubt, one of the leading poker talents in the country. And I'd like to welcome Kanchan Sharma to this live stream. She, in fact, most recently added another feather to her winning hat by shipping the Sprint DST event in the National Poker Series. And she also finished fourth in the FTS main event on Spartan Poker back in November 2020. Kanchan is considered to be the fearless queen of online poker. Maybe we'll have a couple of tips from her over the course of this entire schedule as to how we too can become more fearless at the felts. And she's also very recently coached the Bengaluru Legends team in the Poker Sports League Season 3 virtual. So let's give a warm welcome to Kanchan Sharma to this live stream. Kanchan, welcome. Great to have you here. I think we're facing some audio difficulties with Kanchan. Just give us a second. All right, we're going to come back to Kanchan. We're just figuring out what needs to be sorted there. Of course, it's an online series, and therefore these live streams occasionally have issues that crop up. We'll fix that as soon as possible. But in the meantime, let's take a look at the players on this final table of the Blaze of Glory. And up top of this final table of 8 is Ashwin Vijay Varghia. I hope I'm saying that name right, Ashwin. Who's playing as the ID A116 or A116, if you will. He's got a little under 31.5 lakhs in chips. That roughly makes up about 39 big blinds. Right behind Ashwin is Advait Rajguru, who's playing as, well, it's not polite to say the full form of his username at this moment, but we'll just say GTFO18 is what Advait is playing as. And a slender lead that the chip leader has over Advait. Who also has a little over 3.1 million in chips, and that too is approximately 38, 39 big blinds. And rounding off the top 3 is a well-known name again from the Indian circuit, Siddharth Karya playing as Ari Tribbiani. Clearly, he's a fan of Friends and he's a fan of Entourage, so we've got that mix going. Let me quickly, talk to Gunjan about these top 3 chip leaders at this final table. A pretty healthy stack, Gunjan. I mean, almost 40 big blinds in the top 2, and not too far behind is Siddharth Karya as well, with about 33 big blinds.
Absolutely, Peter. Yeah, 40-30 big blinds is like pretty good. FT पे अगर आपके पास 40 big blind है, तो it's like a monster stack actually. All you have to do is basically you can apply a lot of pressure on the short stacks because you are not at risk at any point in time. अगर आपके 5-10 big blind यहाँ वहाँ चले भी जाएं, आप एक आध hand हार भी जाए, तो भी आपको कोई टेंशन नहीं है. You can play very comfortably. So I think ये top 3 लोग, especially Siddharth is a very very strong player. तो मेरे हिसाब से it will be a big advantage to Siddharth with this sort of a stack. So my money right now is on Siddharth. Yeah.
In fact, that's exactly what I was about to say. Ki वैसे भी, I know Siddharth Karya as a player, we've covered him in the past. You know, in the FTS, he's obviously made his mark there for sure. And ये लोग इतने aggressive players हैं, these younger players, I should say, who, you know, no holds barred. I'm considering you also one of them, Gunjan. I'm guessing you would also like to be like...
slightly older, yeah. Not as old as you.
अभी बच्चों के बाप हो गए, तो it's all good, man. So, I mean, it's just the way it is. But yeah, I'm guessing they're not going to let their chips slide. It's obviously something that they definitely want to try and, use to maneuver their way up to the top of the counts and eventually that title. So the top 3, definitely a lot of strength there in terms of players. And let's take a look at who makes up the rest of the final table at this Blaze of Glory. In number 4, we've got a mysterious player who goes by the name Heartbreaker, who's got 2.4 million in chips. That's about 30 big blinds. And following Heartbreaker is OMG Luckbox, a name that's very well known to a lot of players. That's Harshad Barve, who's also got a whole number of finishes and titles to his name. Harshad is sitting on 2.1 million in chips. I beg your pardon, it was 2.4 million for Heartbreaker and 2.1 million for Harshad Barve. That's about 26 big blinds. In the bottom three is Guneet Singh Quatra. And thanks, Guneet, for not making, too complicated a username. Very nicely with GK on his username is Guneet Singh Quatra. And he's got a little over 2 million in chips. That's 25 big blinds. Last but not the least, the final two players on the chip counts here. Again, one familiar name in Shardul Parthasati, who's playing as Faucet Failure with 1.48 million in chips. That's 19 big blinds. And never count the short stack out because, hey, a chip and a chair is all it takes, like they say. And that's Sachin Sharma, who's playing as, I love this name, Ullu Manati, which is, bhai, poker ne to humko sabko aise hi kar diya. So, Ullu Manati is Sachin Sharma, and he's the short stack at this table, a little over a million in chips. That's about 13 big blinds. And he's certainly going to look at, grinding that up. Even with 13 big blinds, Gunjan, I mean, it's not really like a push-fold situation for sure. There is still a little bit of, room to play, even though, Shardul and Sachin are on the shorter stacks.
Yeah, no, 13 big blinds काफी होते हैं. Like, you just need one double up or you are right back in the game. And I don't think 13 big blind is a push fold by any means whatsoever. I think on a final table, you can have race fold till like 8 big blinds also, because there are, आप सोचो तो काफी पैसे का और ICM implication है. And when I say ICM, आपको कुछ नहीं करना और आपको पैसे मिलेंगे. आपके पास अगर एक big blind है और सामने वाला bust हो गया, you make a few lakhs, few thousand rupees just by sitting and doing nothing. So, like पोकर में जो रियल वैल्यू टूर्नामेंट में चिप एंड चेयर की होती है, वो फाइनल टेबल पे होती है. और आप काफी हाई रोलर्स में देखोगे कि लोग एक एक बिग ब्लाइंड लेके काफी कुछ देर तक 5-10 हैंड ग्राइंड करते रहते हैं ताकि उनको पेजअप मिल जाए. दे मेक लाइक 10-20K. And I know that these guys, both Shardul and Guneet, though these two players are like very good friends of mine, और इनका शॉर्ट स्टैक गेम बहुत शानदार है इन दोनों का. So I am expecting them to play really, really well. और मेरे हिसाब से this can be like a short stack masterclass by these two people. So I am looking forward to this.
That's fantastic, because invariably when I'm playing poker, I am usually the short stack really, really quickly. So yes, looking for those tips as well. If you have to, who do you think is the dark horse at this table? I know you've picked Siddharth Karya as your pick, but if you had to pick from the lower half of the stacks, who would you choose?
I would say Guneet Quatra. Guneet Quatra and I go back a long way. Like we used to stay in Rockets Bangalore together, and we are very good friends. And I know कि वो बहुत उसका theory game काफी अच्छा है. So I know he's really good, and I think something interesting. He can spring up something interesting.
Well, that's Gunjan Mal with his insights into the players that are here. And let's get right into the thick of the action. And well, first hand itself, we've got Heartbreaker picking up pocket queens, black queens for Heartbreaker. And it's not a bad flop at all, considering the cards that are there on board. Although at the moment, OMG Luckbox is having the better of it.
Absolutely. This hand was slightly unlucky for Heartbreaker. काफी अच्छे hand के साथ, yeah. And like turn पे काफी अच्छा draw भी हो गया था Heartbreaker के लिए. So he took a stab at it, but yeah, I think he played well. This open by GK मेरे हिसाब से slightly loser side पे है, because इस stack के साथ आपको काफी 3 bets पड़ सकती हैं, फिर आप खेल नहीं पाओगे. So I think A116 is trying to think about that. कि 3 bet किया जाए क्या? जैसा कि मैंने कहा, short stack maneuvering is a different ball game altogether. So,
that's true. I think what GK has done is what a lot of us leisure players, bore हो जाते हैं यार कभी-कभी button click करने के लिए, just for the heck of it, just get into the pot. Why not?
Why not? And see, he's getting punished immediately. Like I said, like this is and there's nothing that he can do here. Like he just has to fold. So that's 2 big blinds is going to cost him.
Yep.
Like
Well, that's the lesson here, folks. Don't get too cute, even if you have a decent amount of chips behind you. And GK losing just a little bit of that stack of his, but definitely still in the game.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And A116 picked up a much better hand this time around, and he rightly bumps it up.
This is a very interesting board. I think it's like very difficult for Heartbreaker to do much over here. But we can see some interesting action. Yeah. 8 deuce type के board काफी dry type के board होते हैं जिसमें sometimes people get way out of line and way cute, and मैं खुद I am like very liable to that getting out of line sometimes.
Wonderful. Thank God आपने ऐसा बोला, because I was thinking, it's just us time pass players who sort of fall into that trap every time. But it's good to know that semi-pros like yourself also are occasionally prone to walking on the dark side, if you will. But yeah, there you go. That's pretty much how it is.
आप लोगों को देख के तो हम सीख रहे हैं ना कैसे खेलना है.
Please, that's what they say, right? Those who can't do teach poker, and that's how it is. The people who've come and done wonderfully well for themselves, and in fact, India का नाम रोशन कर रहे हैं, going outside and doing so many fantastic things on the global stage. It's really wonderful to see how the scene has sort of grown and blossomed over the last 10 to 12 years now. And in this hand, once again, OMG Lakh
have a really interesting hand here, by the way. King, this Queen Jack off, 3-bet from the small blind. These are like two big stacks going against each other. And if you see, Fawcett Failure has carefully folded King 9 suited. वो किसी ने ध्यान नहीं दिया था, लेकिन वो काफी अच्छा fold किया Fawcett Failure ने उधर. OMG Luckbox has a hand which he may wanted to have float there. Because ओवर कार्ड भी था, बैकडोर फ्लश ड्रॉ भी था, बट जैसा कि मैंने कहा, ये आप जब दो बड़े स्टैक होते हो फाइनल टेबल पे, तो इट्स लाइक अ टैसिट अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि मैं तुझे परेशान नहीं करूंगा, तू मुझे परेशान मत कर.
Right. For the course of that much time, at least it's Jay and Viru on that bike.
Jay,
best friends. Let's just ride it till the end.
Absolutely. And we have a monster hand here, Ace King suited. Yes.
I think he's going to get a little bit of action at least from Illuminati. Illuminati, come on.
Will definitely call here. I can.
I did not see that coming.
G.
Well.
Tough luck, Illuminati.
I think he would have expected that from an aggressive player. We mentioned that Ari Tribbiani, that Siddharth Karya being a very aggressive player. Perhaps he sort of thought that Ari was trying to play a little funny on that one.
I would say no, Ari ke liye it was a decent hand on a final table to jam, because you don't want to make the other person realize the equity. Magar, before we go to that hand, this can be explosive really soon.
Yep.
With Fawcett Failure having queens and Ace Jack.
You might see him lose some of those newly found chips.
I don't see Ari getting away from it. I don't see Sid getting away from it. Like this hand, Fawcett Failure may just double up.
Yeah, GK, आप क्या कर रहे हो यार? How is GK in this hand? Oh, big blind. No, small blind.
Big blind. GK was the big blind.
Right,
GK had to put in one big blind.
Right,
and now GK has good equity. Can you see?
Hello.
Wow.
One more heart. Well.
Come on, GK. One heart for you. Come on, chat. Put that heart for GK. Put it in the chat. Let GK get that heart. Let us see some fireworks.
I've been trying to ask a contest question for our viewers for a while now, but two back-to-back hands with a lot of action. We're just going to wait till...
And you can see now Sid is trapping. This is like classic Sid trapping. कि भाई मेरे पास तो कुछ भी हो सकता है, मैं खेलेगा. And
no love for GK.
No, come on guys, it's a heartbreak. Like I said, chat heart डालो यार chat में. Fawcett will jam now, I guess, and Ari will like snap it off. That's my assumption.
Well, got the first one right.
Got the first snap. तो नहीं किया है. Like I would have like snapped it by now. Money would have gone in. That's why he's Siddharth and on the final table.
And there you have it, folks. That's exactly Wow!
Wow! What
Wow!
a
Wow!
fold!
Wow! I
Wow!
mean, even for a player who's not, that's fantastic. That was a really good fold.
Phenomenal fold.
Very good fold.
Wow.
Ari Tribbiani, Siddharth Karya, man. So for those of y'all who have been playing and who following our live streams as well in the past, Siddharth Karya used to play as Schemer 77. No scheming in that hand. That was just pure class. And again, for
Wow.
those people who say poker, is it a game of skill? Well, all you need to do is visit that particular hand and just see exactly how much skill is involved in even folding.
How does he get away from
That was
it?
incredible.
That's amazing.
That was a
That
fantastic,
is
fantastic
amazing.
fold. Well,
Wow.
before we get any more exciting hands going, let me just quickly get to the first contest question here at the Blaze of Glory. Well, clearly I'm not being allowed to ask my questions because there are just, this time it's three good hands. It's not even like
Yeah.
one on one. Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
I don't see Siddharth like this is a good spot to 4-bet jam or 4-bet bluff, but I don't think Siddharth will take that line because, like I said, अभी ना मैं और तू दोनों बड़े स्टैक है तो अपन प्यार से खेलते हैं वो
Right.
भाईचारा वाला स्टेज है अभी
Oh, he did make the call. I mean, I think if Heartbreaker puts one chip in, also Siddharth is going to be like backing off perhaps. Well, maybe not one chip, but yeah, 3.24 lakhs in the middle, you will get a fold. So there we go. Now, let's have a not so great set of hands, please, so I can do this contest question. Lovely. So the first contest question we're going to do is a pretty simple one. If you've been playing poker for a while, you should know this. Which legendary casino owner held the first ever World Series of Poker back in 1970? Here's the question again. Which legendary casino owner held the first ever World Series of Poker, the beloved WSOP, back in 1970? If you know the correct answer, then put your answer down in the comments on the live stream along with your Spartan ID and, of course, the answer. And the giveaway for this is 5 tickets into IOPC number 13, which is a buy-in of 550 rupees. So make sure you get your answers into the comments section along with your Spartan Poker ID. And we will be announcing the winners a little bit later on in the course of this final table. Back to the action where we've got 3 players, 2 players. कर दे फोल्ड आरी कर दे ताकि वहां पे भी मुझे गलत साबित होकर. And that's it. There we go. And GK gets a little bit back to his stack. I think everything going more or less as per plan, so to speak, Gunjan. We've not seen anything too crazy except for that fantastic fold. Great play by Ari Tribbiani on that one, though. Well, I think we're facing some audio issues with Gunjan as well. Well, let's continue with the gameplay. In the meantime, we get the audio sorted out. A pair of jacks for GK on that board with his queen jack offsuit. And Heartbreaker this time picking up a pair with that 7 on the turn. Let's see if anyone decides to get a little cute here. I don't think so as far as Heartbreaker is concerned. Too many big cards. That's probably like a little bit of a tester bet just to see where he's at. And I think GK is definitely coming along for the ride, which should sound alarm bells in Heartbreaker's head. And with that 4 on the river, I don't think it changes much. And I'm not convinced that Heartbreaker will want to put in any more chips into the middle. But hey, stranger things have happened, and they do, with 4.31 being put in by Heartbreaker into the middle. And this definitely puts a little bit of, puts GK into a little bit of a quandary. It cannot be an easy call on this one. Yep, he's taking his time about it. And there's no doubt about the fact that this is a difficult decision. There's the king to worry about. And now with the third heart on the river. Wow, fantastic play here by Heartbreaker. Really kept the pressure on. He made his story. He put all the pieces together. And it made sense to GK anyway, and he got him to fold that winning hand. So an excellent play by Heartbreaker in that particular hand. And we're back again on Heartbreaker, this time in the small blind. He's definitely going to come along for the ride. Or maybe a little bit more with the raise up to 1.8. GTFO 18, that's our second chip leader when we started, Advait Rajguru. He's made the call as well. No love for either player, although there's a little sniff, maybe a little sniff by the 4 Heartbreaker on that particular board. They say fortune favors the brave, and it seems like Heartbreaker is just rolling with it really well at the moment. He's picked up some momentum. He's added a whole bunch of chips to his stack with the result of just the last 4 or 5 hands alone. And some of them have been very, very excellently played hands. Fawcett Failure, who was second to last in the chip counts on this Blaze of Glory final table, bumping it up to a little over 150,000 with his ace-10 off. As Gunjanmal mentioned earlier, the chip leaders typically don't tend to mess about with each other. And in this instance as well, not that they had very great hands, but choosing not to get too cute. Guneet Quatra with 8-5 of hearts. That's a nice little flop to see when you're playing 8-5 of hearts. So he'll be really, really keen to see another card. And given that Fawcett Failure has top pair, he's not going anywhere in this hand. And he's kept it just nice and juicy enough of a bet to get GK into the middle. I expect to see a flat call. That does happen. And now even more opportunities open up for GK. He's got a straight draw happening. He's got that flush draw happening. And I think he is going to try and milk this as much as he can. Just about half the pot being bet into the middle by GK. It'll be interesting to see what Fawcett Failure is going to do on this one. With 2 potential flush draws out there, it cannot be an easy thing for Fawcett Failure here. And there you have it. Fawcett Failure makes the call because of top pair, of course, with the ace kicker. And unfortunately for him, he has run into a flush. And that river, the brutal river, oh, the poker gods and their river card. Well, that's worked in favor of GK. That's Guneet Quatra. He's made that flush of his. And there you go. He's put it into the middle. I'm not 100. Wow. I was about to say that I'm not convinced that Fawcett Failure will make that call, but he did. And that's a very, very healthy double up for GK. One of those instances where you get to play with really raggedy cards and you come up golden by the end of it. So a fantastic, a huge pot for Guneet Quatra on that one. And well, it's again momentum, again pocket tens this time around for GK. A much better hand than the ace 8-5 that he had. Let's see how much he bumps it up to, given that GTFO has made it 1.44. Yep, sure enough, he's made that little over 5 lakhs into the pot. I don't want to make any comments as far as predicting what player patterns are concerned, but I think this should be a fold. I've been proven wrong in the past. But hey, that's the beauty of poker. You can play a hand in so many different ways. And doesn't matter what you have, it's about playing the player, like they say, not necessarily the cards. In case you've just joined our stream, we've lost one player, and that player is the very interestingly named Illuminati. That's Sachin Sharma, who busted out who was the first casualty of this particular Blaze of Glory final table. And if you've just joined us, you can take part in our contest question, which will give you a ticket into IOPC's event number 13, which has a buy-in of 550 rupees. If you answer this question correctly, which legendary casino owner held the first ever World Series of Poker, the WSOP tournament, back in 1970? Get your answers in along with your Spartan Poker ID into the comments on the live stream, and we will be announcing the winner of that a little bit later in the course of this final table. Couple of aces going up against each other. Well, Heartbreaker's got enough chips, तो वो chill कर सकते हैं थोड़े वक्त के लिए, तो letting that one go. OMG Luckbox is hoping for some action for those pocket sevens that he's got. And I do believe we have been joined by the elusive Kanchan Sharma. Kanchan, can you hear us? I think we're still facing some audio issues with Kanchan, but we'll get that resolved quickly. In the meantime, though, 2.4 is the bet that A116 has put out there. And that's our chip leader who started this final table off, Ashwin Vijay, who's made that bet out there. OMG Luckbox, bit of a decision, and he decides to really get it up to 840,000. That's good enough to win the pot and bring home a little more to his stack. And when it's good, it's good. Harshad Barve, that's OMG Luckbox, picking up ace-jack offsuit in the small blind there. Yeah, Fawcett Failure has been really looking to get a decent hand enough to make a stand, and he's decided that his King 9 of spades is it. OMG Luckbox now deciding whether he wants to get it in there. He does. No taking chances with Ari Tribbiani. And there you go, folks. You've got Fawcett Failure. That's Shardul Parthasati, who was the second shortest in the chip counts, making his way out of this tournament, finishing in 7th place. Let's take a look at what prizes that our two eliminations have got. In 8th place, that's Sachin Sharma, who was playing as Uluminati, has taken home 1.77 lakhs. And the just eliminated Fawcett Failure, that's Shardul Parthasati, in 7th place will take home a little over 2.5 lakh rupees. But the juice is up in the top 3. So these players heading there. Of course, a title win means that it's not just money, but it's also precious points on that IOPC leaderboard. So for sure, they're going to be looking at not just the win and the title here, but also those IOPC leaderboard points, because there's a 1 crore leaderboard prize also to be had to the finishers, to the top finishers of this series. So certainly something that will be in the mind of all of these players as they're grinding through the course of this IOPC series. And let's not forget, the winner also gets a gold badge of honor. Wow, we're giving metals. No wonder the metal sector is doing so well in the Indian markets. Itna sona de rahe hain, itna chandi de rahe hain, to hona hi hai. And I'm guessing IOPC is contributing to that rise in the metallics prices with all the gold and silver and whatnot being given away. GK picking up a nice ace-king suited, and suitably has taken that up to ace-king of clubs. Okay. I did not expect that. GTFO deciding that he's had enough, and with Queen 3 off, he's moved a bunch of chips into the middle. I really doubt GK is going anywhere, but depending on what he chooses to do, Heartbreaker might just give it up. I believe, Gunjan, you have joined us, and what a critical moment you've joined us in.
I just saw that hand. GTFO doing GTFO thing.
That's exactly. मतलब क्या सोच के किया वो तो मुझे भी नहीं मालूम. Far better players than we will probably be wondering what was going on there. But certainly, I think, one of those cute moments, decide कर लिया, चलो यही हाथ में डाल
I
देते.
I don't approve of this play, Peter. ये तो मतलब basically if he had an ace in his hand, king in his hand, कुछ तो दिखाओ यार, queen 3 off तो भाई एकदम.
It's one of those things, right?
Yeah, yeah. And also, like now, GK is now a chip leader. Like I said, like he's one of the dark horses which I predicted. And I saw that जो उसने flush लगाया. Like I said, he's a good player. And भी अगर उसके पत्ते लग जाए तो भाई सोने पे सुहागा है ना?
For sure. I mean, it's a little bit unstoppable situation, right? When you're a good player and you've got a little slice of luck going your way. Nothing to beat that. That's a deadly combination for most of the people on the table.
बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हो आप, Peter. The last hand was like a gift to GK. I just तो gift मिल गया.
In fact, both the players who didn't have anything great, both decided to take a punt on that hand, and well, the beneficiary was Guneet Quatra with that ace king of his.
This flat, I'm not a big fan of this flat currently. क्योंकि आप स्मॉल ब्लाइंड से खेल रहे हो, एफटी की सिचुएशन है और स्टैक डेप्थ उतना है नहीं आपके पास, तो
yeah, even with the gut shot that he has, it seems, I mean, खुल गया gut shot, तो I suppose there is a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel, but yeah, it's quite loose from his perspective.
और अपन gut shot मैगजीन के लिए कर रहे हैं, तो बेसिकली चेक रेस बनता है gut shot पे.
That's true. Always works.
But he did not go for it. Did not go for it.
And that's the whole deal about all of these players. As good as they are, they know when to get in and they know when to get out, very, very importantly. So it always is something that can be looked at. We can see a whole lot of comments. A lot of people are putting up their picks into the comments section here. But I don't see any answers for the contest question. So everyone, get your answers in. It's not that difficult.
There are some answers on YouTube. So you should have a look at it. I think people are replying. So hey guys, like please be active on the chat and tell us like who is going to win this.
Yep.
Who is your pick now? and can we have some emojis also on the chat? Let's see if we have a good hand.
Yeah, let's get some fire going.
Let's get some fire going. On the chat. It's a Blaze of Glory tournament on top of that. So
right.
Fire to banta hai, boss.
Correct. Let's do all the wordplay we possibly can on this thing.
GK का पास pocket sixes, and I think दोनों OMG Luckbox and Ari will fold, and yet another pot goes GK way.
Yeah, it's really been a nice little. Oh wow!
And he has a set. Let's see how. Is he going to get cute?
Yeah, Gunjan, honestly, man, you could be a good player and you could have luck going your way, but अगर सामने वाला सामने से आपको gift दे रहा है, तो you'd be a fool not to accept, right? And then you hit the flop also so hard. मतलब, the only thing that could have really done it for him is that if Ari Tribbiani had an ace in his hand, तो full fireworks would have happened then.
No, but we know like Ari can make crazy folds. So
yep.
We've
seen that already.
Take out Ari. He's an extremely good player.
We've seen that already.
मैं और आप होते तो ace लगा तो डालो भाई, कोई चक्कर ही नहीं है.
Yeah, I'd like get my sack and just throw it in there. It's like take my house, take my money.
This could get interesting. I know OMG Luckbox is a very tough player to play against, and we know GTFO can do crazy things. Now
he's already shown that. That's true. He's legit had a hand and he's hit it. So for once, GTFO is not going the FO route, if I can say that.
Now you see the backdoor flush draw is coming in. Can we have some spades here? Let's have more fireworks, guys. Dalo chat pe dalo. Fire! We need some fireworks. Let's see what happens. I am expecting this to get bet, and if he jams here, it's a very terrible spot for OMG Luckbox. This is
wow.
This is what happens.
Harsh. The river being kind and the river destroying in equal parts of this particular hand.
GTFO, GG. You really can't do much here. I think he is going to call it off with like, Oh, yeah,
Oh,
just going to call it off,
just.
obviously.
Oh,
And OMG Luck Box makes the best use of that backdoor flush draw.
right. Couple of
ये
interesting hands
backdoor
in
बड़ा
this one as well.
खतरनाक होता है, by the way,
Yeah.
हाँ?
Yes. In more ways than one.
सामने
So,
से नहीं आओ तो पीछे से घुस जाओ, हैं?
yep. All right. For all the non-PG R-rated stuff, tune into the IOPC commentary that's happening right now.
I did not mean any of that.
He's saying that, but that's not really the case.
Yeah.
एक बच्चे का
I
बाप हो
think
चुका है,
GK
so we'll give him the respect. That is not what he meant at all. All right,
Because
let's
I
get
think
back.
this is a fantastic fold like made by GK here. I think because
Yeah.
GTFO is so short and still Ari is free betting him,
And he got
it's very
rewarded.
likely that Ari is a good. Yeah, he folded like this guy is opening Queen 10 off type of hand, but free bet में pocket 8 fold कर दिया. So that's the power of final table and like awareness, table awareness जिसको कहते हैं वो. I would say
Absolutely.
pretty on point. And this is going to be a big hand, I'm guessing. With GK having the rockets.
Yeah, and OMG Luckbox has got a nice hand on his own, right? Fair enough. He's raised it up too. It's a good ace-9 suited that you would raise on a final table. It's a great hand to receive. Unfortunately,
और this is अभी क्या है ना कि OMG Luckbox can think because GTFO is so short and मतलब GK is trying to play around and make some light three bets. So this is a good spot for a light three bet actually. And I don't think OMG Luckbox is the folder type, but hey, what do I know?
that's right, folks. The Sunday tournament veteran. What does he know? Despite having so many titles and finishes to his name. ऐसे लोग अगर बात करने ऐसे लग गए तो फिर हम लोग का क्या है यार? We are all screwed. There you
But
have
clearly
it.
I'm sitting here with you or not playing for that money. Maybe I play the big one.
Maybe. We might just
Maybe.
have commentary and live streaming of Gunjan's play at the same time happening. You never know.
You never know.
Interesting hands in this one as well.
GK can jam here, by the way. It will be a pretty amazing play if
Yeah.
GK jams because both Ari and Heartbreaker have to fold.
Okay.
And that's because ICM wise GTFO इतना short है कि Heartbreaker
Yeah.
तो कुछ नहीं कर सकता. And would have been a very nice play.
The times that you wish you had X-ray vision, or at least the power to divine the
Divine
cards.
intervention. Oh, Heartbreaker is going for a half pot size bet here. Interesting. I think Ari will just bow down.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah. Fair enough. Like you say, Ari is not going out of line. I think people who are going out of line are obviously GTFO, some bit of GK, and OMG Luckbox can do that.
Yeah.
बट आरी है कि वो एकदम फोकस बंदा है कि मुझे तो पहले हेड्स अप पहुंचना है फिर मैं देखूंगा क्या करूंगा
फिर मस्ती चालू. Haha.
फिर मस्ती चालू.
Yeah, Sid, we know. We've seen that masti happen previously also. It's all good, my
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah, and we have a big hand here.
This should
ये
definitely
काफी
go to the
interesting
turn. One card more for sure is going to happen.
Absolutely, turn तो होना ही है. GK can come up with a slightly big bet size here. No, 1.5 flat. OMG Luckbox will, I think, flat this for sure. Yep.
Not a
King
very
is
comforting
kind of
card.
good for GK in terms of King ज्यादा GK के पास रहेंगे. और बिकॉज OMG Luckbox क्या है कि किंग अगर उसके हाथ में किंग होता तो वो फ्लॉप पे बहुत किंग फोल्ड कर देता. तो ज्यादा किंग OMG के पास में नहीं है. So GK should go with a bet as expected. GK bets half pot. It's a good bet size, I think, इस situation में देखते हुए. And I think OMG will fold here. Oh, not a folder type.
Well, he is one of those players who's taken part in some of the big tournaments in the live sphere as well. So Harshad Barve definitely, he's not done that by being shy.
By being
Called
shy,
that
absolutely.
last bet for sure, just to make sure that he's He's still in it with a chance.
This is something very interesting which can happen. देखो 4 pair हो गया है अभी, right? And Harshad Bharve straight away goes for the big bet size here, representing a 4. Because Guneet on one hand will not bet the 4 twice with that sizing, right? So Guneet बोल रहा है मेरे पास या तो 10 है या king है या कुछ draw है.
Right.
And that's when Harshad Bharve clearly spots that 4 coming in on the river and like मौके पे चौका देख के चौका मारा हर्षद ने.
Yes, literally double चौका.
आई थिंक जीके इसको कॉल करेगा. मेरे हिसाब से बहुत सारे ड्रॉज है जो मिस हो गए हैं और हर्षद के पास हो सकते हैं. एंड बट क्वीन ऑफ डायमंड इज नॉट दैट ग्रेट, बट आई थिंक जीके could call this. Nice one, Harshad.
Wow. That was
Nice,
really well played by OMG
That
Luckbox.
was,
His moniker says Luckbox, but that was not about luck. It was just about seeing and reading what the story was and just going with it in the course of making that bet.
Absolutely. और यहाँ हमारे पास बाबे है. बाबे, इसे हम हिंदी में बाबे बोलते हैं, बादशाह.
Bacha will be extremely happy considering there's a bump up in front of him. So GK certainly not going like, playing a little coy there with just a call.
Yeah. GK has made a pair, so GK is not going anywhere.
This could potentially be.
Yeah. एक बार तो चेक कॉल करेगा जीके. फिर देखते क्या होता है.
Correct. Mid pair nonetheless.
या एस किकर भी है साथ में, तो जीके का एक कॉल तो बनता है मेरे हिसाब से. But I love that play by Harshad. This could be like one of the play of the final table. That okay, four आते ही चौका मारना, चौका देख के चौका जो मारा है जीके.
Absolutely. It should. In fact, if you all have been tuning in to the streams that we've been doing, there are also these highlight packages that two very cool people and poker players, of course, क्योंकि poker player तो cool ही है, despite what you might hear otherwise. But we've got two cool people in Nikita Luther and Siddhant Kapoor who bring you highlights and many of these very interesting plays, prior to our live streams. So make sure you catch that, because I have a feeling that a few of the hands we've seen in this particular final table are definitely going to make the cut in that highlight reel. In the meantime, though, 5.6.
100%. So GK made the call. Like I said, some chips are going A116's way.
Yep.
And this, I think A116 will check it back, because there's a good chance that GK has an 8 himself.
Yeah. He might just give him that little bit of a respect.
Yeah.
Just the way the action's going.
This is also a great spot to bet, by the way, because GTFO is so short and A116 GK को cover करता है. So GK cannot call with anything but an 8. So अगर आपके पास bluff भी है यहाँ पे, तो good spot to actually bluff and to value. So
I'm guessing he's figuring out what he wants to put in there. Yep, there you go.
Oh.
He took time just to figure out what his bet sizing should be. A little too much, I think. Maybe something around the 800,000 mark. You think that would have been a better bet for a potential call? Wow. I don't know poker. I give up trying to figure out what people are doing on this table, because clearly they're just going in all sorts of directions. And if kings are going well for you, you might as well play another set of
one. No, I think Peter, this is a slight misstep by GK, and I think
go on. All right.
ये मेरी अब दूसरी.
Till we get Gunjan back, let's just have a look at this Pocket Kings hand that A116 has picked up again. This time around, he's got Heartbreaker going up against him with an Ace Deuce. A nothing flop really for either player, although of course A116's Cowboys pretty much ruling the roost at this point in time. I believe he's taking his time again to figure out what kind of bet he wants to put out there to induce a call. And that's a little about half the pot that he's put out there. And as expected, that hand goes the way of A116. And the rich, as they say, keep getting richer. This time around, though, but the baton has passed around to someone who's been fairly quiet and who's not really made too much of a fuss at this final table. That's Ari Tribbiani, Siddharth Karya playing as Ari Tribbiani, picking up pocket queens. And very happy to see that there's a raise to 2 lakhs in front of him. So, and there you go. He's put it right in there, but he won't get any love because, well, 7-9 will only get you so far. And that gets Ari Tribbiani that pot with that all-in shove that he made. And a healthy helping of junk around the table. Well, maybe not for OMG luck box, but ace-8 offsuit gives him enough to bump it up to 2.5 lakhs. I'm guessing the blinds may consider coming along for the ride, but there's only so much that such varied hands will take on. Even GTFO, who's done some, shall we say, creative plays in the course of this final table, not enough for him to come along on that one. And another pair for A116. Pocket 5s for him. Heartbreaker deciding to get a little creative here with his ace-10, with his 8-10, I beg your pardon, of diamonds. And A116 is not going to stand for it. Moves all in with his entire stack. Of course, he moved all in with his entire stack. Clearly, the action is getting to me also. But yes, an all in from A116 in this hand, and that should be the end of it. Yep. He has really taken the reins of this particular final table, has A116. That's our chip leader who started this final table as a chip leader, and he's really added on the chips as we've gone along. He's had a few nice hands come his way, but he's really juiced them, got as much value as he possibly could from those kings that he played earlier, twice in fact. And now with that all-in bet as well. Ashwin Vijay, of course, playing as A116, little under 6 million in chips. All right, I do believe that we've managed to sort out our technical issues with Gunjan. Gunjan, are you with us?
Yes, Peter, I am right here. I am right here.
That's it, folks. While we love to play, while we love to play online poker a lot, there's only so much technology will take you. So we've basically been struggling with that a little bit, and the reins.
No, I think as the things go ahead, ये सब sort हो जाएगा, and I'm sure that the team is doing a fantastic job so far. So I'm sure. अब आज तो पहला ही stream है, अभी तो अपन को बहुत करना है.
Of course. This whole series, in fact, is going to be running all the way up to the 5th of August. So lots and lots of poker action. We're not going to be streaming all of them, of course, just the marquee events, but the entertainment factor will continue nonetheless. Whether you're playing the IOPC or you are joining us on this live stream and checking out all the action that's going on in front of you.
I think you guys should do both. You should play the IOPC and watch the IOPC. Either one नहीं चलना चाहिए.
There's only so much multitasking that we can do.
IOPC literally has buy-in from like 500 rupees. मतलब सोच क्या रहे हो यार, खेलना तो बनता है ना.
That's for sure.
अब प्लस फ्री टिकट भी तो बांट रहे हो आप पीटर ऐसे लोगों को. आंसर दो, सिंपल आंसर दो, टिकट ले जाओ, तो बिल्कुल बनता है ये तो.
That's right. If you haven't put in your answers to that contest question, what are you waiting for? We're waiting for your answers. Come on, 5 tickets. That's a lot of tickets. And yes, that's also a 550 rupee tournament, like Gunjan has mentioned. There are plenty of tournaments in the course of this IOPC schedule. You don't need to be a high ball player, so to speak. Even if you're a lower intermediate level player who just wants to test the waters, there's a tournament for you. So make sure you get in. You can get in for free. There are plenty of satellite qualifiers as well, and free rolls that are taking place. You could be one of the people that we're making fun of at this final table.
And we see an all-in from GK. That's a bigger misstep. Oh. Wow. Oh, it's a chalk pot.
He must be just burning up at this point in time. Wow.
Absolutely. Wow. Wow.
That's a harsh
With
situation.
GTFO being so short, it was like a do or die situation for GK.
Yep.
And this can be again some fireworks with Heartbreaker के पास ace queen suited, and if ace queen suited and fold.
What do you think about that fold? I mean,
I think
with his
it's not
stack?
bad actually. No, it's not bad because देखो GTFO and GK are two really short, and basically अभी क्या है ना कि Heartbreaker सिर्फ fold करके पैसे कमाएगा.
that's true as well.
जो मैं टीम की शुरुआत में कह रहा था कि आपको फाइनल टेबल पे काफी बार बैठे रहने के पैसे मिलते हैं कि अरे आप फाइनल टेबल पे आ गए जी पैसे ले लो तो
Says the man who's layload a lot of paise in the course of many Sundays that he keeps grinding. So fair enough, he knows a thing or two of what he's talking about. But this time Heartbreaker actually has a hand, and of course it all goes into the middle. Pocket fives, winning the day, and GK.
Very well played. You played really well.
GG हो गया sir, GG.
GG हो गया GK का.
But that was, it's one of those things, you know, like.
कहा देखो GTFO चुपचाप बैठ के अभी after all the creativity he has done, उसने अभी कितना 2 big blind के साथ पेजम बना दिया. He like पैसे ले लिए ना, जो मैं कह रहा था, कुछ नहीं करना पड़ा GTFO को. Fold, money in the pocket. So
it's as simple as that, folks. Get to the final table and just chill, because that's how we do it.
And GTFO will, I think, fold again. Yes. Now you see, it's like वो कुछ hope कर रहा है,
कुछ time situations. That's all.
कुछ हो जाए, हाँ.
Well, I'm happy to say that I think we've got our audio issues with Kanchan sorted out. Kanchan, are you with us?
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, much better. Welcome finally to the live stream. आधा टेबल
Kanchan,
खत्म हो गया, हम लोग चाय वाय पी चुके हैं, डिनर का प्लान कर रहे हैं, and Kanchan has finally joined us.
Sorry about this.
Wonderful to have you here, Kanchan. You've been following the action thus far, I'm guessing, along with struggling with the audio issues, but
yes, I was following the action. But can you tell me how did GK lose?
And it is GTFO GG. 1 second now. GTFO GG, very well played. You hung around to make some more money with the short stack, and that's as far as the short stack can take you, I guess.
Yep. Well, I'm going to step out for a second, but Kanchan, I am guessing that Gunjan will take you through whatever happened with GK's hand for the next few minutes. So I'll see you guys in a short while.
Absolutely. So welcome, Kanchan. Finally, great to have you on stream. कितनी मेहनत के बाद.
Yeah, I don't know what went wrong. We did the testing and everything before the stream. It was working fine, and then when we started,
it happens. It happens. कोई एक law है ना? I think forgot the name. If something has to go wrong, it will go wrong at the last moment. So, anyways, coming back to the action, 4-handed. Now you've missed half of it, and now let's see what's going on.
Will you remind me how did GK lose the chip lead? I missed that hand.
GK called A116 को उसने कॉल कर दिया pair of 6 के साथ. GK had opened A6 suited, board पे 6 खुला था, 8 high board था. And A116 had trapped with, I think, the pocket kings, I think. So,
all right.
A116 ने pre-flop flat kiya, and then GK went check call, and that's how he just lost or dumped a boatload of chips.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember, like, I saw, last time when I saw, he was competing, and then it just surprises. All right.
अभी देखो, OMG Luckbox is getting out of line with the chip lead as expected, or near chip lead. And I think
I just
played OMG, right? So हमें पता है कि वो he can make a lot of creative.
What is pretty aggressive for sure. Mm.
So this hand, we may see a 3-bet. What do you think? Good. Oh, 3x ka raise. Huh?
I guess OMG should just fold right now. Yeah, with this hand specifically.
Yeah. Now I think the action will become fast-paced. Blinds are going to come around and eat you up very, very fast. And
plus now Airy and Heartbreaker should start probably be active more. Like this.
Absolutely. But we know Ari is going to the heads up for sure. That's how he's playing. He folded queen, ace jack. like knowing that headshot तो बनाता ही है यार, उसके बाद देखता है वो क्या
If
करना
he
है.
makes the FP, then he's definitely make the heads up.
ये
Like,
देखो
he hits it
टू पैर भी लग गया है. Heartbreaker. Oh, Heartbreaker is betting this one. Ooh.
Oh, this is
I think
surprising.
that's a big misstep by Heartbreaker, and Ari may just
Yeah,
call or
yeah, I guess.
like
Let's
it's neither value nor bluff,
Oh,
but it's like a full double up for पूरे पैसे लेके जाएगा Ari Trivia. The worst river for Heartbreaker over there.
Heartbreaker.
Guys, can we have some heartbreaks on the chat for Heartbreaker? Just give him some soothing cream like aces. Bernal के and Heartbreaker को double up मिलना चाहिए आपको? क्या बोलते हो कंचन?
Definitely, yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, he should jam me for that.
10,000 behind. Okay, and yes, full double up. And yes, chalo.
Do you know who this guy is? I don't know his name. Heartbreaker.
I don't know his name, guys. If you know who Heartbreaker is, please tell us in the chat. कौन है Heartbreaker?
No idea. I haven't played with him also.
Yeah, mystery players. देख IOPC का ना ये एक बड़ा interesting phenomena है कि इतने नए लोग खेलते हैं and you will always find one or two real new faces on the table.
That's true.
The bigger the field, the more chances a recreational or a new player will have. Like say somebody is playing high roller for the first time, it's nearly impossible for him or her to get through on the final table.
Yeah.
But if you're playing an event on a Sunday where thousands of people are playing, you just need to win a few all-ins and you're there.
Yeah, but these new IDs get some benefit also because you don't know how they are. You don't have any past history with them.
Absolutely. Reads नहीं है आपके पास उसके ना, आपके पास notes नहीं है, reads नहीं है, तो कैसे खेलोगे? He can show up with anything out there. और यहाँ A116 का 3-bet, Ari will call, I guess. What do you think? Ari folds the Queen 10 suited. Like I said, Ari is cautious till heads up.
But I guess calling them is not a mistake. I would have called in the flop and then.
And then you and I are calling stations, so let's not impose our views on the audience. अपन दोनों के पास फोल्ड बटन तो है नहीं, है ना? मैंने स्पार्टन सपोर्ट को काफी बार लिखा है.
I didn't me in your group. I like that.
See, I know you never fold. I know you hate folding.
I don't always.
I also.
For sure, I can't deny that.
Yeah. So I know you also. I've played with you enough to understand that. मैंने इनफैक्ट ना स्पार्टन सपोर्ट को भी लिखा कि यार मेरा फोल्ड बटन खराब हो गया, ठीक करके दो, पर उन्होंने ठीक नहीं किया अभी तक. तो my fault कि मैं फोल्ड नहीं करता.
I'm struggling really hard to like have that discipline in my life again. Like I regret getting so not folding. Definitely a good idea to fold, especially these bigger ones on Sundays. You can easily like get to late stages if you play properly and you don't make loose calls. Because people are anyway giving you double up easily, right? You have weaker players on your table, and it's not that tough to get a double up on Sunday. But
you are right. आदत से मजबूर. और यहाँ सुयानी ने स्टेट लगा लिया है. चुपचाप चेक करके स्टेट लग चुका है आरी ट्रिबियानी का. And I think he's going to go big size. 3.5 लाख के आसपास. क्या लग रहा है आपको?
I guess he can go bigger as well.
Bigger than that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Right.
Like I said, I am hopefully not too far off with Ari's game. नहीं तो ऐसा ना हो कि हम खेल रहे हो हाई रोलर एंड देन आरी इज जस्ट क्रशिंग मी लेफ्ट राइट एंड सेंटर की भाई तुम. ओ या तो 4 ways. अभी क्या लग रहा है आपको? Who do you think is the favorite here? What's your pick?
I would bet on Ari only. I think he's pretty disciplined and discipline and also, yeah, like I guess he'll definitely play heads up. Yeah, OMG and Ari actually, both of them.
Yeah.
Heartbreaker, I don't know him, so I really can't bet on him. But Ari is definitely playing heads up, and I think he'll take it down.
In fact, if you look on the final table, आरी अकेला बंदा है जिसके पास 2 badges है. आप देख रहे हो?
Yeah,
FTS का badge है,
all
IOPC का badge
bigger,
है.
see him on FTs, like all bigger ones. Most of the time, Ari is there.
तो सिद्धार्थ
I
कार्या
think it's experience also for the bigger FTs and like these
Absolutely.
big tournaments. So
I think if the guys don't know, Siddharth Karya is a very very good cricket player also. I think उसने state के लिए भी खेला है अपना. And I think वो जिस ढंग से चौके छक्के मारता था क्रिकेट फील्ड पे, FTS IOPC टाइप के फाइनल सीरीज पे आके ना, he just speaks on his form. He's like
I follow him on Instagram. I guess one of his family members is playing for the under 19 or Indian team also, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
I don't remember the guy's name, but I see that quite often. So I assume like they're close friends or they're brothers.
No, I think he's also friends with Pandya, Hardik Pandya, if I'm not wrong, but I forgot
No,
the
that's not
player.
Hardik Pandya. It's a new guy. I don't know his name. But he's
Oh yes, I was talking to a friend once and उसने बताया था, मैं नाम भूल गया. I think it comes from the same like I think they're college friends. So hey Sid, if you're watching this stream and if you know who your friend is, or if anybody knows, comment में डाल के बताओ हमको कि कौन है सिद्धार्थ का cricket player friend. और this hand can be fireworks again, flush over flush, flush over flush.
I guess.
Pretty sick. I think call ही करेगा या रेस तो नहीं करेगा. I
Yeah,
think है ना.
doesn't look like a race to me.
Yeah.
Especially this is a good leader when you're second and third. You don't have to do anything fancy. You can just call. You can still have.
But we know OMG Lagbox can go really creative
Yeah,
and
I
put
know,
everything for
but maybe
value.
something
Yeah,
on the
so-
tank. Let's see.
Let's see what he does. And he calls. Okay. And now we have the chip leads being equal. OMG Lagbox and Ari are pretty much the same stack.
Oh my
And we
god.
have a queen
Heartbreaker
7 off
opens
to
queen
open by
seven.
heartbreak. Okay. And we may face some heartbreaks now. ऐसा हो सकता है with the queen 7 off. Let's see.
What do you think about Ari calling here? Johnny? I would.
This queen 7 off.
Yeah, the late 7.
Maybe yes, versus a heartbreaker open and on a 4-match table, I think it's not a very bad call. I think it's pretty fair enough to call यहाँ पे. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if to defend. I would have folded. Like just thinking because Heartbreaker is opening. His range is supposed to be tight, so he's opening queen 7 here, but I would just assume that people are tighter here. And
No, but you have to like give it to Sid because he's hyper aware of what's happening on the table.
yeah, for sure.
He's not like if somebody can fold top pair top kicker and if somebody can find those zero calls and those zero folds, that only comes when you know exactly how your opponent
Yeah,
plays.
for sure.
And I think you can give it to Sid to maneuver it very well post flop. So yeah. Oh, and it's a flush draw. Top pair versus a flush draw for not too much money. I think it can go in.
Yeah, on the flop it can go in.
7 lakhs ka flop hai. Possible.
I guess
Had
jamming
this
is
flat
He gets
here.
gut shot
Now
as well.
it picks up a gut shot also. So guys on the gut shot stream, can we have some gut shot love? Can we have some gut shot love with a 3? Come on guys. 3. Get that 3. Get that 3. 9.7. That's a massive bet.
Yeah, that's a
massive
big bet.
Yeah.
Looking at the flag size that Heartbreaker has.
And flats. Oh. Okay. Now.
I'm not a big fan of falling on the turn.
Yeah, neither am I. But
Either jam flop or probably like give up on the turn. Yeah.
Yeah, turn sizing was pretty big by OMG Luckbox for him to flat there
Right.
मेरे हिसाब से. But decent है, उसके पास फ्लैश ड्रॉ भी है, गट शॉट भी लग गया, तो कर सकते हो एक बार. यार पत्ते लगा देना.
But at the calling turn that I would get it in if I want to call. Like calling, probably I don't know if it's a mistake.
यार कंटेंट फील होती है यार, तुम ये मिस कर रहे हो. गेम की फील होती है कभी कभी ना, आपको अंदर से आवाज आती है कि मेरा तो फ्लैश या गट शॉट लगने वाला है, तो उसके बिना कैसे खेल सकते हो. ये सब थ्योरी बातें ना किया करो, है ना. फील आई थी कि लग सकता है, नहीं लगा वो अलग बात है.
I guess he managed to Heartbreaker will double up now.
हार्ट ने पहले इक्के लगाए थे, अब एसिंग लगा लिया है. अब होपफुली Heartbreaker will jam, but I don't see him getting called. I don't see him getting called.
Yeah, A11 probably will give up. Oh,
A116 is called. Okay, and yes, and Heartbreaker is right back in the game. No problem at all. No problem at all. Easy life, easy life.
Yeah, if Heartbreaker manages to get another double up, he's sure like he's in the game properly.
Yeah. Heartbreaker is having heartbreaks and then mends and then another heartbreaks and then वापस से, you know, back and forth. He's at it. He's punching. He's jabbing. काफी मस्ती कर रहा है Heartbreaker. You can't keep Heartbreaker out of action. That's for sure. That's for sure. Whoever he is, he's playing phenomenally well, I think. That's how. So, like in the first stream which we did as the introduction of commentators, I think I told this. If you are a new player, you should always go in punching. Like तुम्हें कोशिश करनी है. And you can become Heartbreaker. Yeah, absolutely. I am very certain of that. If you try to play too theoretically correct, you will get crushed.
Yeah, actually, that's right. Because anyway, if you're tight, people will, like, at least regular players will analyze that. But if you're on the aggressive side, they'll give you some benefit of doubt.
Absolutely. And here it's a very tough spot for Heartbreaker. I think Heartbreaker has to fold, and very well played by OMG. OMG is crushing ahead. 82 lakhs for OMG. OMG is just crushing it.
Harshad Babu.
Mr. Harshad. Can Harshad add that another badge of IOPC on top of that IOPC badge already that he has?
Certainly. Looks like he will.
Certainly, he has a good shot, and here is a pair versus a pair. I don't think Heartbreaker is getting away from it. Now maybe.
Yeah, now maybe.
Now maybe. Dayanand Data is telling नाम है Heartbreaker. नाम है Heartbreaker, like, but playing I am the playboy. So Heartbreaker is out. Heartbreaker is out. GG Heartbreaker. Very well played. Very well played.
Did you see what happened on the turn? Turn he donged jam.
Turn I think it on jam. Yes.
Yeah.
यार पेयर लग के थोड़ा फोल्ड करते हैं फिर कोई इंसान. And Heartbreaker picks up 5.5 lakhs, almost 5,46,000 for his effort. Fantastic paid है. 7,700 रुपए खर्च किए, 5.5 लाख लेके जा रहे हो. मतलब तुम समझ रहे हो क्या टशन है कि नहीं?
ये तो है, can't deny that. Definitely.
Can't deny that. And we have a pair for everybody. Sid Karya, like I said, Sid Karya almost heads up आ गया है. Now you will see him making some moves. अब बेसिकली गेम का ना वो जैसे अपन क्रिकेट में बोलते हैं, it's the death overs now.
Now I guess Siddharth will start playing. He'll look for a double up. Because anyway, he's the shortest tag. There's no ICM on him.
Yeah. So for people who don't know what ICM is, ICM is basically आपको बैठ के पैसे मिलता है, तो इसीलिए आप टाइट खेलते हो. तो सीधी भाषा में यही है. आप जैसे कि आपने देखा कुछ देर पहले GTFO ने कुछ नहीं किया, 2 बीबी के संग बैठ के उसने लाख रुपए ऐसे कमा लिए. ठीक है, तो आपको बैठे बैठे पैसे मिलते हैं. उसी को हम थोड़ी टेक्निकल भाषा में ICM कहते हैं. तो
people who are starting up and have no idea what ICM is, I guess this is the simplest definition you can get.
Absolutely. Chalo, good that you like my easy definitions.
Yeah, definitely that works. Right? So they're very difficult to make someone who's starting up to make him understand what ICM is. Which makes sense.
यहाँ त्रिव्यानी यहाँ मतलब सेट काफी सोच रहा है क्या करना चाहिए. बेट साइज थोड़ी हेफ्टी है, And Sid gets away from a pair for one bet. Crazy. Now, you see the skill of Sid. He understands कि बंदा कैसे bet कर रहा है, वो बंदा क्या सोच रहा है. He's like tuned in the game, like
Right.
उसे पता है सामने वाला क्या कर रहा है. वो अगर बैटिंग कर रहा है तो उसे पता है कि बॉलर कहाँ बॉल डालने वाला है. And
Yeah, definitely his experience speaks when he's playing on the XP.
you can see the experience shining. OMG Luckbox now can raise 3-bet here. Yes, it's a decent 3-bet.
Yeah.
And
Would you call? I guess he should give up. What do you think?
a tough spot है यार. 3-handed में ace is a pretty decent hand to continue, but there's no reason to do that because आप second in chip so आप आराम से heads up पहुंचोगे. You feel like you're making heads up easily, so
Right.
give up भी
Yeah,
कर
but I
सकते
guess
हैं.
ace six off is still like it's a easy fold there. Considering Eddie is still sitting there, like
Correct.
And-
But OMG will get out of line quite frequently, so I don't know. And A116 raises here into the red kings of Sid Karya. What will Sid Karya do? Is it trappy? Is he going to re-raise? What's he gonna do? Come on, Sid. Sid is going to click it back. Let's see. 7.5 lakhs. Oh, he's flat. And trapped.
Actually I like the call. I like the call here.
Yeah. No, it's fantastic. It's a really good call, and it will make A116 bluff quite aggressively. And I think यहाँ काफी अच्छा chances है. A116 bet करेगा, and then Sid will call, and then make a full double up. What do you think of this bet size, Kanchan? Half pot.
It's okay. I would have gone for like 1/3 sizing. Yeah, like post flop because Aries again very short. I don't want to. And this hand I'll give up on the turn. Probably I'll bet again on turn and give up definitely on the river. So yeah, I will bet smaller.
Okay.
Because I just need Aries indifferent between like 1/3 and half pot size. Like that's the reason. What do you think?
Okay.
What do you think about the sizing?
Yeah, I agree to your this thing about betting 1/3. Like, but I'm not sure about betting in the first place. But this can definitely bet. To 7-6 board. I would have preferred a slow play again. Continue to slow play that hand. Because आपके लिए कुछ ज़्यादा बुरा होने लायक है नहीं उस बोर्ड के ऊपर.
Yeah.
मैं तो वहाँ तो लपेटता उसको धीरे से प्यार से. But did I have some intuition? Pocket 3 was said. Do we see a check raise incoming on this board? What do you think?
Bet 1 BB with range.
OMG.
I guess it's third board. Yeah, I guess I would have bet 1 BB on the board and analyze like probably check the game on turn.
But knowing OMG, I can always see a check raise coming in here. OMG is not going to be. Harshad is not somebody who you can, bet so and then get to fold. No. ऐसा ना होता है बाबा.
No, but that's a great check raise actually. It's not a bad check raise.
And you see that's the real skill talking. See. And Sid is again down to like 14-15 big blinds. Yeah. I think Peter is here. Are you there, Peter? Para with us. Let's see what happens whenever he joins. 9 is suited for A116. He may again face a 3-bet by OMG Luckbox. By the way he's playing.
Oh, he did not. But this hand is a perfect hand to call if OMG 3-bets.
Absolutely. At this stack depth, I am completely on board on a call.
His hands have been seeing. And OMG Luckbox definitely not living up to his name. Some unreal plays happening from Harshad Barve there.
Absolutely. जो आप बात कर रहे थे पीटर हाईलाइट रील के बारे में, that could be just OMG Luckbox
Yes.
hand. ऐसे खेलते हैं पोकर.
Player of the match. That's true. And that set gets that pot to A116. Just a quick reminder for that first contest question that we asked you, which legendary casino owner first held the WSOP, the World Series of Poker, back in 1970? The answer, of course, is the immortal Benny Binion. And if you've got the right answer, you might just win a ticket. Stay tuned to all our live streams. We will be posting the names of the winners in those comments. And just to keep it a little more interesting, because we hope this three-way action continues for a little while longer, we've got a second contest question for you. Who was the first Hollywood celebrity to win big at the World Series of Poker in Las Vegas? Who was the first Hollywood celebrity to win big at the WSOP in Las Vegas? I mean, again, it's pretty simple. Give your right answers, hopefully right versus wrong, along with your Spartan Poker ID in the comment section, and we will announce the answer to this contest question by the end of this live stream. Make sure you get in there as soon as you can on any of the channels that you're following this action on. In the meantime, A116 hitting 2 pair, because clearly when it's going good, it's going really good.
1 pair is not good enough.
Yeah.
Do laga lete.
Let's do that.
And you see, this time Chitkaria calls. That's
Oh,
an interesting
wonderful.
call. And the king. Ooh. This may hurt Chitkaria something.
Yeah.
I think Ari Triviani is going to go and hug it out. Well, I'm not going to complete that line, but he's probably ready to do that.
I guess having flush on the board and one card straight would save him. I don't think
Yeah.
anyone will raise.
Yeah, A116 would call here most likely. And by the way, I got a comment on the chat from Dayanand that Harshal Patel is the friend of Chitkaria,
Yeah.
who plays
Oh, yeah.
who plays for India and who plays IPL. So, and
Yeah,
so
exactly.
this is a monster hand. Ace 7, 4th, ace, jack. 4
Oh.
gets out of there, and we see a double up.
He gets a double up.
Now it's going to be a tough fight, Peter. क्या लगता है आपको?
Absolutely. मेरे ख्याल से जब aggressive और good players को और chips मिलते हैं, they're not going to hold back. And Sid Karia is definitely not one of those players who's shy about getting it in there. I have to admire the amount of restraint that he's actually exercised over the course of this final table. There have been many spots that players far better or far lesser, I would say, might have just gone for it and pulled the trigger, but he's showed remarkable restraint in those situations. And I guess that's the reason why he's now in the top 3.
That's true. Who's your
Or maybe
favorite
the
Peter?
kind-
Who do you think is going to take it down?
Who do I think is going to take it down?
Yes.
I'd say, wow, it's so difficult at this point, even with the
Yeah.
lead that OMG has with him, considering the kind of players that are playing at this table. I don't know. I really don't know. This is a tough one.
Peter is perplexed.
Yeah. Clearly, guys, I mean, y'all have seen the action as much as I have. My brain's like boiling right now to make an actual pick right now.
Yeah, like especially when you have such a huge chip leader and still
Yep.
you are unsure about that definitely shows that all 3 capable players we have.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Poker
And we
is
have
a
a lot
game
of
of
answers
skill.
coming in on the chat, Peter, by the way. So your question is clearly very liked by the people.
Nice.
And we see Ari Triviani again sidestepping that no bluff. चुपचाप Jack 10 लेके Queen लगेगा तो मैं bet करेगा.
Yep. And like Gunjan mentioned earlier in the broadcast, these stacks are such that one double up and it's like a whole different scenario. So
Yeah,
I think Ari's
definitely.
just biding his time, making sure that, he doesn't mess about too much and put himself in a position where he can really take this down.
But I guess this hand will get it in. King 6 is good enough. Oh, he limps.
Oh, A116 jam.
Took that decision away from him.
This is just fold. This is just. So like you said, इस final table पे देखो, A116 has no badge, OMG Luckbox has 1, Ari has 2.
Yep.
Can you see that? And which is why even with the shortest stack, nobody is counting Ari out at all. At one point in time, Ari had around 10 lakh chips.
Yeah.
And still we are like, कौन बनेगा final, कौन जीतेगा, right?
Kaun banega? Hi. Yeah,
Kaun-
that's exactly what
किसको
we're waiting to
मिलेगा
find
Blaze of
out.
Glory? किसको मिलेगा Blaze of Glory?
Yeah.
I guess OMG will 3-bet and get it in. Yeah.
That's a massive
Right.
sizing 3-bet. And Ari is going to fold and A116. Can he go crazy? No, he doesn't go crazy. No,
अरे crazy वाले तो सब निकल गए यार. GK was just generally flirting with a little bit of craziness. He played pretty much straight, but GTFO FO'd out of here, and so all the craziness probably left this table with him. And I think everyone here is, although I'll have to say that if there's any amount of crazy that is going to be displayed in this three-way, it's probably coming in from the chip leader. Because OMG Luckbox is just one of those kind of players who's really going to grind it down.
Yeah.
What do you think about this hand, Queen 10? Will you jam?
The bet sizing is pretty big, but it's a pretty decent hand. And now with this size, I am not too sure, but yeah.
No? So I would have done jamming to white down.
Yeah, I am not sure actually. I have not done this thing much, but see now we have pair on pair.
ये अभी अब तुम लोग जैसे प्लेयर लोग अगर ऐसा बोलोगे तो फिर हम जैसे लेजर प्लेयर्स क्या करेंगे? I don't know what I would have done. Shit, that's like the worst thing for us to hear, man. थोड़ा और concrete.
Peter, are you jamming Queen 10 there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every day and twice on Sundays.
So we know that Sid Karya has an X-ray vision. वो जब भी हार रहा होता है पॉट तो वो पॉट फोल्ड कर देता है, चाहे वो फ्लॉप पे हो, चाहे वो प्री फ्लॉप हो, चाहे वो पोस्ट फ्लॉप हो. वो बहुत
that is why he'll get more respect also, because he's been playing pretty disciplined. And anyway, Queen 10 is a great hand to jam. Button's range is going to be so super wide there. Like he's going to open probably not any two, but yeah, let's say 60-70% of his range.
I was informed by production that there was like about 200 people watching the stream. I have a feeling it's going to be a higher number of viewers tomorrow when the replay is out. I think a lot of people, or a little bit later in the evening when people are going to catch up, especially these 8 folks on this final table, they're definitely going to go back and try and look at some of the hands that they were part of just to see, yaar, hua kya wahan pe? Because, and Ari is going to, Sid Karya's folds are going to boggle some minds. I'm sure of that.
Absolutely. Sid, I know, is hyper aware of what's going to happen. Oh, that's a great 3-bet by the way, OMG Luckbox ka. Now that Sid is so short, OMG is going to just like hammer A116. And it's a fold. Rising fold. Yeah. Knowing OMG should be jamming any two cards.
I was not thinking exactly. I was not expecting him to give him a walk.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Hey, Sid is making some good folds, being in there, hanging in, jib and jab, Sid mein aapki.
He few of them gets a hand actually.
Yeah.
This is like begging to be, मतलब पेट्रोल छिड़क दिया टेबल पे, अभी बस माचिस. That is all that's left to be done.
Let's see what it does. It is all in, the triangle, all in. Let's see. Call and fold. Chop.
There we go.
It's a chop pot.
And the jack comes up as well.
Yes. काफी इंटरेस्टिंग हो रहा है. देखो ये 3-handed match is just going. It's like scales are being balanced left, right, and deuces are in. King 4 is in a tough spot to call. I am not sure about this. I think he should call it off here for 10 big blinds. But
yeah, even I think he can make this. He can call this one.
Yeah, it was a small bet of only 10.1 million.
Only.
All of them get. I guess.
Okay, this is going in. And this is going in.
There we go.
King Queen off will fold. Oh yes. This is a slightly tougher call. I think he's going to call it off, OMG. But imagine this situation.
Yeah, it's not an easy call for him, for sure.
It's not an easy call.
Knowing Arya.
Yeah. Well, think about it. If Ari doubles up from OMG Luckbox, he and A116 have a very similar stack. And on this final table, if there is one person OMG does not want to give chips to, it's to Ari Trivia.
दो बैच है भाई, दो बैच लेके बैठा है वहां पे, सबको दिखा रहा है.
लेके बैठा है. हाँ, सही, बिल्कुल.
अश्विन विजय A116, सॉरी, बट जो है वो है सामने यार. So nothing to take away from your skill. You made it to the final table. You made it to the top 3, and we're sure You will do much more things going ahead. But at this point in time, the two folks who are here on this table who got those badges against their name, they are definitely the ones that are going to be a little more circumspect as far as play is concerned. That being said, he picks up that pot, adding a few more to his stack.
I would say Mauka. Like, you remember those ads? Mauka hai. King 8 off goes in. Ashwin Vijay should fold. And they go on the next hand. Why is it tanking? Oh, we know the hand, that's why, but yes.
Ashwin, वो 2 है, king नहीं है. He's got pocket king so many times, maybe he's thinking that 2 is a king also. Okay. It's all good.
But मौका है. Ashwin, तुम्हारे पास IOPC badge लाने का. So actually, a lot of hands, Ashwin and this Arya are getting same. 6-3 off, 6-3 off, 8-jack off, 8-jack off.
In fact, that's an interesting point that I want to ask both of you all. In fact, when you all are sitting at one of these final tables and you've got your opponent or opponents for that matter who've got these symbols and badges against their name, how much of that? I know you guys have played a lot, and so that shouldn't really matter to you. But when you all began your poker journey, these things, how much of a mental, well, I don't want to use the second word, but how much of a mind bleep was it when you saw someone of that caliber on the same table as you guys?
For me, it really, like, I was scared to play versus those players who had bad days, and probably players I knew are good. I've heard their names and I've heard their interviews. I was definitely scared in the beginning. Now, definitely not. I'm pretty comfortable. That doesn't really matter if they have a badge or if they don't have a badge. But initial days, it did play in my mind. Like, definitely.
Thank you, Kanchan. Thank you. हम लोग को थोड़ा ये सहारा मिल चुका है कि हाँ ठीक है.
कंचन has become a professional graduate level. मेरी अभी भी फटती है. मैं सच बताता हूँ. जब मैं बैच देखता हूँ तो मैं पहले नमस्कार करता हूँ, थोड़ा पीछे हटता हूँ, प्यार से लेता हूँ. ना टेंशन. बैच से ना भिड़ना मुझे.
लगता होगा गुंजन के प्ले से कि उसकी फटती है. You can ask chat here and sure nobody is going to say this and agree to it.
But I am careful. I am definitely careful when it comes to the badge player because जिसने बैच जीता है ना, उसका ये तो मतलब है कि he really knows what he is doing in general. Like 90% of the badge winners really know what they are doing.
Yep.
So you don't want to do something which looks really stupid versus the badge guy. So अगर मैं और आप खेले सीधे तो मैं भी करूँगा क्वीन 3 ऑफ GTF हो जैसे आप भी करेंगे क्वीन 7.
मैं तो करता भी हूँ, not आप भी करो, मैं करता हूँ. So it's not something that I haven't done in the past, but it's one of those things.
What's your ID, Peter?
My ID is he doesn't know how to play poker.
I haven't seen that ID ever.
The ID that I used to play on was called Sab Ganda Hai Par Dhanda Hai. So, well, that's just the way it is.
Okay. And we have a big hand. Let's see if OMG puts that pressure on. OMG puts that pressure. 7.6 lakhs. Take it. And it is going to be a tough hand for A116 here.
Yep. This is one of those situations where you just don't know.
Oh, I like the bet size here.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like I said, tough on A116. And OMG is like, pushing it. वो होता है ना squeeze जिसको करते हैं आप, मतलब ऐसा है कि अभी जीत चुके हो, अभी धीरे उसको धक्का मार के निकालना है.
Or a huge shove, as this case might be. Ari Triviyari just hanging on like a really slender thread because he was at a little under 1.2, I believe, and then managed to get some chips. But again, bleeding. It's those blinds. They're running up every minute. Well, not every minute, because that would end this tournament really fast. But the point is that pressure of the blinds clearly playing its part in this three-way action.
Absolutely. And जब आप 3 पे होते हो, every second hand you are a blind. Like you just miss blind once. हर बार आपको blind भरनी है. This is a tough spot.
What would you just call here pre-flop? I would have jammed free. I just think A11 can't call, and like his calling range should be pretty tight.
I am not sure. I just like looking at the final table. Knowing Sid has that big of a skill edge, if he would think. I am not sure if Sid is the type who would jam. But it's definitely the part of hand which you can where you should jam. Like I think theoretically 60-70% jam भी कर सकते हो इस spot पे आप.
I guess
60%
theoretically it's 100, 80-85% range, I guess.
I don't think 85% है, but
wrong,
I may be wrong. I may be wrong.
Yeah, even I'm not 100% sure, but I guess we can jam pretty wide here.
Yeah, possibly 10 big blinds है. But why? Abhi, it's just a bad spot for Sid. I don't think he can avoid this. I don't think he can avoid this. Can a 7 come? Can a 7 come? Chat, बताओ 7 आएगा क्या? 7. Oh! Very well played, Sid Kavya. Very well played. We really got to see what a class player you are.
Yeah, wonderful play by Sid Kavya.
अब होगा heads up action. And Peter, heads up में हर hand में blind होता है.
Yes, sir. As I have frequently discovered. Well, hopefully this heads up is going to go on for a few more minutes at least. I'm just going to run through quickly about all the players.
It would be a longer one, I guess. 20 minutes?
Maybe.
What do you think? So let's see. I think it's going to be 10 minutes. So content is 20 minutes. Peter, what are your thoughts?
What is this? Arey, our commentary team cannot be doing prop bets here on the side. What is this? Kitna highly unprofessional. What is this?
Bet karo na.
No, I think in the past we've seen FTS tournaments, IOPC tournaments, typically heads up. Well, there was one IOPC tournament where everyone made a deal and pretty much on the first hand of, I think it was 3-way action at that time. And before we knew it, the tournament was done and we were just scrambling, wondering who won it. So we had to actually hold on, get the results and then figure out who actually took the title at the end of it. I believe Aditya Sushant won that particular tournament. So yeah, and yes.
Oh, like I said, 10 minutes, this is going to be it. This is going to be it. 3-bet, 4-bet, 5-bet call. Let's see what happens. And the ace on the flop. Come on. I always want action. Like, आपने मेरे comment भी समझ गए. I want blood on the street. Oh, wow. Like I said, ace on the flop. Yeah. Can ATS get away from A116 get away from this? It's
tough.
Not
on the flop, but maybe on the turn we can.
Heads up है यार, यहाँ पे काफी wide खेला जाएगा. So I don't know if OMG checks. Trappy.
Yeah, this is interesting. I was expecting him to bet probably for the
and now that's an 8 lakh bet. Oh.
That's it.
Oh, now he might just think कि ये क्या है? मैंने छोटी bet की तो उसने jam कर दिया क्या? I think he should get away from this.
Yeah.
Well, A116 showing why he started this table as the chip leader and why he's now in the top 2. It's pretty interesting how the action's gone so far. We're going to come back and tell you who all the finishers are once this hand gets done.
The pair is not going anywhere heads up, man.
Nope.
But Harshad is now putting real big pressure. If you see 4.4 lakhs ka pot mein, he's bet 3 lakhs. So Harshad is saying, brother, if you have it, and it's cold. Wow. And they have a deal, I think.
Okay.
Deal. Yeah.
And there you have it, folks. OMG Luck Box is the winner of this tournament, according to the deal that they've made, because that's pretty much where they are at. I'm just going to take a quick look at the payouts that have happened. I've been informed by production that, yes, the deal has obviously taken place. We're just waiting on the numbers for that top finish. 18 lakhs was the prize that was originally slated to go to the winner. But because of the deal, if I'm not wrong, it's about 16 odd lakhs. waiting on confirmation. It's approximately 16
Yeah,
lakhs going to the
16
first
lakhs.
place winner.
Yeah, it's actually 1697.
Right. 16 lakhs, 97,615. That's quite a mouthful. It's a lot of cookies that OMG Luckbox can buy now. Fantastic performance by him. Played with so much aggression, and yet it was not an easy ride considering who he had on his left and right. So congratulations to Harshad Barve for that win. And also congratulations to A116. Very, very close to actually nailing that. It's very rare in any of these big series. I don't know if you all have noticed, but it's very rare for the starting chip leader to, in fact, go on to win the title.
Yeah.
So once again, that has happened in this particular series as well. But I'm guessing A116 is not going to
Peter,
stop.
आप बस बाइन सोचो इस टूर्नामेंट की बाइन कितनी थी?
It was 7.7 if I'm not wrong.
7,700.
7,700, yes. Not a
And
bad.
the guy who wins it, how much did he make? 17 lakhs.
Lakhs. That's pretty
That is mind-boggling.
That is a
From
nice payday.
7,700 to 17 lakhs. Crazy, crazy money.
Fantastic. And obviously the top three finishers, let's just have a look at all the finishers in this particular tournament. The first casualty was Sachin Sharma playing as Illuminati, who finished in 8th place. Following him was Shardul Parthasarthi playing as Faucet Failure, and he finished in 7th place. And Guneet Singh Quatra playing as GK, taking home 6th place. And in fact, those were their stacks as they began the final table. So they exited in the same number that they came in on that final table on. In 5th place is Advait Rajguru, who played as GTFO 18. Sorry, that GTFO, my hand automatically just goes like this just because of that. GTFO 18, that's Advait Rajguru finishing in 5th place. And Heartbreaker, the mysterious Heartbreaker, broke a few hearts by finishing just outside the top 3 in 4th place. And Siddharth Karya, who played as Ari Tribbiani, finishing in the 2nd runner-up position. Fantastic play by him. I think, both Gunjan and Kanchan, both of you all will agree that just looking at some of those hands that he played is sort of like a masterclass in how to practice restraint.
Definitely.
So,
जो मैं कह रहा था कि ये जो फाइनल टेबल की हाईलाइट बनेगी, that will be forged by Sid Karya and played by OMG Luckbox. If you remember in the beginning of final table, जो river पे उसने चौका देख के चौका मारा था, that was one of the best hands I've seen on this final table अभी तक का. So where GK had to bow down and fold like one of his pairs. So I am a big fan of OMG Luckbox.
And I remember Ari folded ace jack also on a jack high board. That was some massive discipline. I don't know. I would not have folded that hand. Definitely that calls for some respect.
I am definitely watching the highlight reels of this final table again, just to learn how to play some of these plays. Yep.
Like I said, a lot of people who are going to be tuning in just to watch some of these hands that have gone down. And yes, last but not the least, after Siddharth Karya, there were only 2. And from the 2, it was Ashwin Vijay Bergia, who was playing as A116, who took home runner-up. And the winner of this Blaze of Glory tournament is Harshad Barve playing as OMG Luckbox. We're looking to get Harshad on a call as well. Before that, though, I'm going to quickly announce the winners of the first contest. The question was, which legendary casino owner started the World Series of Poker back in 1970? And the answer was Benny Binion. And the 5 winners who are going to get a ticket into the IOPC number 13, that's on 13th of July at 1 p.m., that tournament. The winners are, and I'm going to read the usernames out. The Spartan IDs are new user, Alalonia, sorry if I got that wrong, Deep Down 99, Happy Chehel, and Best 1818. Congratulations to all of you for winning a ticket into that IOPC event number 13. See, you can play for free. You can win lots of money. 7,000 rupees, 117 lakhs. Ash hai bhai. It's all good. And so we're going to try and get Harshad on the call here. Let's just see.
Hello.
Hi Harshad, Peter here.
Hello.
Hi Harshad, this is Peter. Can you hear me?
Hey Peter, what's up? Hi.
All good, man. Congratulations for winning the Blaze of Glory, man. Very well done.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So, Harshad, I'm not sure if you can hear my co-commentators, but I will relay any questions that they have to you. But my first question is, भाई आप ये tournaments के पहले क्या खाते हो यार? और क्या पीते हो? मतलब what is this? You killing it in live, you killing it consistently online. मतलब for a 7,000 odd rupee buy-in, like 17 lakhs is crazy.
Yeah, thank you so much. But see, like everybody who plays regularly will know that it's very tough, to kill consistently, and that's not the case with me also. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of tournaments because I've given up playing cash, which I used to play very regularly earlier. But yeah, I've been grinding.
Yeah, that's actually my follow-up question that, you were obviously a very big cash grinder. I knew you from back then as primarily a cash player. What happened? What was the switch about? बहुत ज़्यादा पैसे जीत गए आप tournaments में तो बस चालू हो गया आपके tournaments. Is that what the case
really.
is?
No, it is exactly the opposite. I lost a lot of money in cash.
Okay. Fair enough. But you've done pretty well for yourself, considering some of the big titles that you won in the course of live and on the online space.
Yes, yeah, I have had a couple of titles, not as much as the other, I guess, commentators have. I'm sure Gunjan has a lot more, and GM testing to puri jagah chhaya hua hai.
Well, speaking of GM testing, he's there's all sorts of red color in his cheeks right at the moment. You've managed to make him blush. Gunjan, do you have any questions?
I can tell you that for a fact that Harshad has 2 IOPC titles at the minimum. आज एक जीता एक पहले था. GM testing on the other hand has 0 titles, 0 badges.
So Harshad,
by far, Harshad, you are like way ahead.
So Harshad, what Gunjan is saying is that while you are saying what you're saying about him, the fact is that you've got IOPC titles to your name, whereas he has none. So I think you're winning it as far as IOPC is concerned.
Yeah, IOPC, yes, I do. But on a regular basis, see, what happens is I'll be a bit serious. But see, once you're closer, since I used, not many people know because I'm much, I might be in your generation now.
Thanks, man.
As compared to
40.
Buddha category, I won't say myself.
Yeah, but old rich men have a separate charm of their own, my friend.
Now clearly talking about himself.
Water polo professionally earlier. Many people don't know what water polo is, but I used to be a swimmer. I used to play for India and Maharashtra.
Okay.
So that helps me in poker. When you go a bit deep, then you want once you see the blood, right? Then you focus a bit more. Otherwise, I'm like the biggest fish in the circuit, most probably. So a lot of people do call me when I make bad calls. They call me fish, but then I say, I know, but I am also lucky with it.
I honestly, Arshad, I am quite amazed at how you are so self-effacing as far as your accomplishments are concerned. But it's great to have that understanding, and it's great to sort of recognize that and use it to your advantage too, I'm guessing. Kanchan is looking like she wants to ask a question as well. Kanchan, if you want to ask.
Yeah, I just want to congratulate him. Congratulations, Harshad. He played really well. And
She's saying congratulations.
Definitely, I learned something.
Thank you so much.
And she's also saying that she's learned a few things by watching your gameplay today.
Sure.
Wow.
I have one comment to add. I had just one comment to add.
Yes, Gunjan?
Harshad, today I was able to see your cards and learn from you, and I'm going to use the same tricks on you, so beware on the side.
So Gunjan is saying that because we had the advantage of seeing the cards face up today, he's going to gather all this information and put it in his poker bag and use it the next time that he's going to play online with you.
Fair enough, but as you know, the fish cannot be predictable.
Oh, there you go. What a line. What a line to end it all. Yeah. That's fantastic.
The fish can beat the bot also. You know that.
There we go. So yeah, there you have it. Harshad, thank you so much for joining us on this call. Very much a fantastic win. Great play. And I think a very solid table that you won against. These guys were no slouches. So, coming through on that competition, very well done.
Thank you so much. The only guy I was actually scared of was that I don't know like who that guy is, but that head. No, who was that? I don't know. The guy who came fourth.
Heartbreaker. We also don't know who he is. उसके अलावा हम सबको जानते हैं. We don't know who he is either, or she for that matter.
He was the only guy I was like,
Right.
बाकी तो सब रोज एक साथ बैठते 6 घंटे.
Fair enough. Well, if we ever connect with Heartbreaker, we'll be sure to pass your comments on to him. Once again, Harshad, thank you so much. Fantastic.
Kanchan and Gunjan. Thank you.
Lovely. Thanks, Harshad. Congratulations and good luck for the rest of the series, man.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye-bye. Well, I love the fact that he's so chill about the fact that हाँ ठीक है मैं भी कभी-कभी fish जैसी हरकतें करते रहता हूँ. And so, that I've in all the years, I've been part of the industry since whatever, 2009, 2010. And the thing is with poker players, and I'm sure you guys will know, ego की तो कोई कमी नहीं है life में, poker players में. Whether we are sitting on this side of the table or that side of the table, that is something that we have in spades. But to know and to recognize that, yeah, I am prone to doing these things once in a while, and you still rise above that, I think that is really something fantastic that Harshad has managed to lock into. And I'm sure aside from his gameplay, these are some things that can be taken away also. So I think a fantastic final table. We really had a lot of fun. Hopefully we will see even more explosive action as we go along in the course of this series. Stay tuned for the announcement of the winners of our second contest question. It will be posted on our social media channels. And once again, to my co-commentators, Gunjan Mal and Kanchan Sharma, thank you so much for joining us, for being part of the action, for bringing the fun quotient up to where it was. It was a really fun time talking about the game with you guys. Thank you once again. The Blaze of Glory has come to an end, but not the IOPC. We are still going to have a lot of tournaments, not only being played on SpartanPoker.com, but of course on this particular live stream. We will be coming back and bringing many of the marquee events to you. So stay tuned to the live stream schedule, which will be posted up on the Spartan Poker website and our social media channels. In the meantime, from Gunjan, from Kanchan, myself and the production team here, thank you for joining in, and we'll see you on the other side.